Usher has literally been breaking up relationships and marriages this year. They only apologised because they got caught out. Mike Tyson crawled out of retirement. Put some respect on our motherfucking name. Welcome to Mek Sense with Melzy, where we make sense of the world we live in through real culture conversations. I am your host, Melzy J. A round of applause for me, please. Okay, no one? No one? Yeah, I really need to talk to my team. So, on today's episode, we are going to do a wrap up of 2024. So much things happened this year. It's just been one thing after another. People have been catching cases. People have been divorcing and arguing online. People have been winning awards left, right, and centre. Shall I tell you where it all started for 2024? Cat Williams' interview with Club Shay Shay. Now, that dropped in January. And he spoke about a lot of controversial stuff around celebrities, parties, playing with buttocks, selling your soul. He really dropped some serious tea in January 2024. That's how we started our year, with his interview with Club Shay Shay, which literally went viral. And since he dropped that episode, I feel like the year's not been the same. There's just so much going on in 2024. Maya Jama and Stormzy spun the block, got together and split up again. Cardi B released her divorce and then had a child. Mimi and Josh, the first black couple to win Love Island, they're no longer together. Vybz Kartel is out of jail, ready to get on stage. Dr. Umar Johnson visited Birmingham for the first time in 10 years. Didn't really get a chance to see him. Drake filing a case against his management for the Not Like Us song that dropped with Kendrick Lamar. I mean, it's giving I'm snitching on a student because I didn't get my own way. So much things happened in 2024 and we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it, okay? Where do I even start? Okay, let's start off with Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel was locked up for several crimes and he finally got released after several years. Kartel is one of those Caribbean musicians that have got such a wide catalogue of songs, yeah, over decades. So everybody who is Caribbean or everybody who likes bashment music will have heard of Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel is a go. So having him out of jail, I think a lot of people really just wanted to see him perform. Naturally, as a fan, you want to be able to see them perform. You want to see when the next album's out. You want to know what's going on. And what happened on social media is a lot of people were just like, free Vybz Kartel, free Vybz Kartel, free Vybz Kartel. Now, if you committed the crime, you've got to do the time, okay? If you committed the crime, you've got to do the time. But as a fan of Vybz Kartel, I would love to see him in concert. But I'm hearing that the tickets are like super expensive and people have been doing memes about selling their arm just to go to a Vybz Kartel concert. Now, I find it really interesting that an artist can kind of go away and come back after a period of time and people still want to see them. It takes a lot of hard work, graft, a big music catalogue for people to still want to mess with you even when you've been away for a long period of time and not put out as much music. So at the moment, you know, the whole hype and stuff going around Vybz Kartel, I'm sure he's got some kind of concert coming up this month, actually. It might have passed. He has got a concert coming up this month in Jamaica or somewhere in the Caribbean. So I know a lot of people are going to be flying over for that. You know, Cartel's been in the clubs. He Cartel also proposed to his long-term girlfriend Sidham. Big up Sidham as well. Big you up, Sidham, because you really waited for this man to come out of jail. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm that girl. Yeah, I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. I'll send money, I'll send letters, but I'm not waiting for you to come out of jail. I'm not that girl. This is why I kind of need a man that is not involved in criminal activities, because I'm not going to visit you in jail. I'm not doing that. So big up Sidham, because she waited in jail for him. She's living the lavish lifestyle. He's proposed to her, which is lovely. And you know, I always love a little bit of love. I love some love. You know, I want everybody to be in love. I love love. So I'm glad that they're kind of working on that together. So yeah, Vibes Cartel is out and about. He was in a club a couple of months ago and I think he fainted. So I do think there's a bit of issues around his health. I know he struggled with some thyroid conditions, and I'm actually aware of thyroid. So I experienced thyroid condition. Having a overactive thyroid or an underactive thyroid is a very, very serious condition. It literally is almost like a thermostat in the fridge. If that thermostat breaks, everything else starts breaking. So I could see that I could see the thyroids in his eyes. I could see it kind of a little bit in his skin. And I know when he first came out, he didn't look very well. Obviously, he's in jail, so he's in bad conditions. But a thyroid condition is nothing to play with. Like, it's very traumatic. Your body is going through a chemical imbalance. You don't really want to eat. You don't really want to drink. You've got loads of high energy. And then after you've had that high energy splurt, you literally want to crash and not speak to anybody. So I know he's had a couple of complications regarding his thyroid, but we wish him well here on Mek Sense with Melzy. Because if nah make money, then it nah makes sense. We're wishing Vibes Cartel good health, a good marriage with his new wife Sidham, and hopefully he's going to be coming to England for Wireless next year. So them say. So yeah, that's the news of 2024 for Vibes Cartel. The next one. So Stormzy spun the block for Maya Jama. Now, I was really excited to see them. They were doing up social media live. They were doing up GQ. They were doing up fashion shows. They were doing the most. And we really had high hopes for them. Like, I really wanted to see what their kids would look like with Stormzy's dark chocolate melanin and Maya Jama's Somalian jeans. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was really excited to see what their baby would turn out like. I'm just imagining a beautiful chocolate baby. Oh my gosh. But we're not going to see that because they split up. Not sure why they split up, but apparently they're still friends. And Stormzy was actually caught kissing Victoria Monet. So Victoria Monet, for some of you guys that don't know, she's a singer, a Grammy awarded singer. She's been around for a long time. She's written a lot for other artists, and now she's come out with her own music and she's absolutely smashing it. She sings, "Oh my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. Touch my swag, wish you could. I look fly, I look good." So she sings that song. So yeah, she was caught kissing Stormzy outside of a car. They looked very smoochy smoochy. So I think they're dating. I think they're dating. But the question for you guys is it an upgrade? Is it a downgrade? Or is it the same grade? The high grade? Stupid, I know. So yeah, that's my Jammer and Stormzy. We're still upset about that. St. Lucia won their first Olympic medal. Congratulations to them. We did watch the Olympics this year. I only watched some of it. I'll be honest, I'm not the most sporty person, but like my friend had me watching it like throughout. Swimming, bare random activities that I didn't even know was part of the Olympics. But one thing that I do love about the Olympics is that I always see the representation. I love how the Caribbean countries come out, the African countries come out, the black people from Britain representing. I love seeing people of colour on the Olympics. I think it really is the time where we see the most amount of black people on TV, on national TV, is the Olympics. So we love that. Keep doing that. Keep pushing. Now, let's talk about Kamala Harris. So, Kamala Harris was running for president of the United States of America. She brought in a lot of questionable people, i.e., she brought in Cardi B to speak. She brought in Megan Thee Stallion to speak. She had Glorilla perform. She brought in the Oprahs. She brought in Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. Now, some of these guys are a little bit questionable. I feel like she was trying to get the black vote, as you should, okay? I feel like she mixed the black culture music industry into politics a little bit more than she actually needed to. And unfortunately to say it, most people that are interested in politics, not like low level politics, like high level politics, read, you know, newspapers, watch news reporters that we don't even see on BBC. Black people that are really, really, really in politics and really about this life is not taking people like Glorilla and Cardi B serious. They're not. They're not. Let's keep it real. Now, she might be trying to get the younger vote. Get that. Cool. I don't know whether that was the right decision. Now, I'm sorry to say it, and I might get in trouble for this, but I knew she was not going to win. For some reason in my spirit, I knew this woman was not going to win. We only just had Barack Obama. I know that was a bit of a time ago, but you've got to think about politics and systematic stuff. They're not going to let a black woman win so soon after Obama. I feel like that might come in the next 10, 20 years. Trump did win. I'm not sure about Trump. Now, again, I'm not big on politics, but I think moving forward into 2025, I am going to start reading up more about it, having more conversations, because actually, politics trickles down to us, whether we like it or not. It affects our young people, it affects the education system, it affects housing, it affects new business owners, it affects entrepreneurs, it affects people earning under 30k, people earning over 30k. It affects us all on different levels. So I do think there is a level of responsibility to be involved or understand what's going on in politics and how that affects us as a community and as individuals. I've only really voted once or twice, which is really bad because I've been here for many years now. So I do really want to start linking in with local councillors, start finding out what's going on, start involving myself a little bit more. So as I'm going into business in 2025, I feel like it's important for me to understand and learn a little bit more about politics. Am I getting old? Maybe I am. Am I getting old? Maybe I am. Usher has literally been breaking up relationships and marriages this year. Literally. He has had all the women in a frenzy, singing along to his songs, going to his concerts, dressing up all sexy, dancing with the ladies. Like, oh my gosh. If I was at that Usher concert and he asked me to dance and sing, I'm taking my 5 minutes of fame. Okay? Who gonna stop me, boo? Who? gon' stop me, boo. No one. So yeah, he's been causing a lot of problems in marriages these days. And Usher's still got it, you know. You got it back when you're on a phone. Hang up and go right back. Oh, I just love it. I love it. I didn't get to go Las Vegas, but I saw it go. I saw it go. Mimi and Josh, the first black couple to win Love Island. Power to the people. So I actually think they won Love Island. I don't think it was based on them actually being a couple. I feel like this was more based on what Mimi had went through with Io. Because people had seen the Io situation pan out. People had seen her crawling on the balcony, having a little sneaky little chat, which disappointed me a little bit. Girls, do not be getting on your knees to do anything sneaky. There's only one reason, maybe two reasons, you should be on your knees. And I'm not going to disclose what those two reasons are because if you know, you know. She was on her knees, crawling, being really like secretive with Io. So I feel like that's what I think Mimi won more than Josh, if I'm being honest. He was more, Josh was Mimi's plus one. That's the best way to describe it, actually. Josh was Mimi's plus one. So I think that's why they won. But it's still amazing that a black couple won. Power to the people. But they're not together anymore. They're not together anymore. I feel like Love Island should introduce a new rule. If you are not together within 5 years, we're taking away 50% of the money. Because we're giving money to Love Island couples that are not even remaining together. Like, what are we doing? And it's always the couples that don't win that always stay together. Molly May and Molly May and Tommy Fury, right? They've split up. They didn't win. I think they came second, I believe. They didn't win, but they had a cute little baby girl. And this year they've split up because basically Tommy's been fiddling with girls in some cars in Dubai, and this girl came out and she's like, yeah, we did some stuff in the car and this and this and that. Like, I really don't get girls that just out their business like that. Like, why would you want to be an open home wrecker? I don't get that. Like, I'm really a woman of like integrity and honesty and transparency. So for me to date someone knowing full well they're in a relationship or knowing full well they're with their baby mother or they're in any form of a relationship, I'm not really trying to entertain that because already I'm downgrading myself as a side chick. Are you a side chick? Are you a side chick? Are you a side chick? Now I get there's women that might get stuff out of that, and there's women that's happy to be a side chick, but why are you screaming from the rooftops that you're a side chick? Like what? My question is what do you want people to gain from this? I don't get it. If you're gonna be a side chick, be a secret side chick. Don't be telling the whole world. Because I feel like that karma's gonna come round even bigger when you're on a podcast saying, yeah, I'm with Tommy and we're in Dubai and there was a couple of girls and I'm the side chick and this, like, who does that? I don't know who does that. It's a bit weird to me. So Cardi B and Offset welcomed their newest child. They had a little baby girl, I believe. And Cardi B announced her divorce and then announced her pregnancy after this year. They then started to argue online, and it was getting a little bit much. It was a bit much. And this is to all of my friends, yeah, that's watching me. If I split up with my boyfriend or long term partner or husband, and you see me arguing with them online, do you know what I need you to do? I need you to come to my house. I need you to grab my phone and I need you to delete my Instagram. Some things just need to stay within the household because y'all might get back together anyway. Like, when you've got those kind of friends that talk about their relationship and they talk about it in the same way. Always done this, always done that, always done this, always done that. He's not doing this. He's not satisfied. Those kind of friends that say the same thing over and over again about their relationship. And you don't see how any of that stuff comes to fruition. You advise them, speak to them about it, couples counseling, this and that, and they come back with the same story over and over and over again. And then a month later, you're the bad friend and they've got back with them. This is why, ladies, don't be advising your girls on relationships. Don't do it. They will get back together with them. They will. The best thing you can do is listen to understand. Don't listen to respond. Listen to understand. Not every day you want to be giving your 2 pence. And obviously, Cardi being Offset putting that online, it gives everybody an opportunity to chime in on their relationship. Then they've got to respond on another live. I'm one of those people, like certain things I think really need to be kept private. And that's just how I roll. But everybody's different, each their own. But yeah, man, keep that offline, man. Keep that all the way offline. Another couple that's been online a little bit lately is Halle and DDG. They welcomed a new baby boy. I can't remember the Halo. Halo is his name. Halo is so cute. This child is probably like not even 7 months. I've seen more of him on my timeline than I've seen of you guys that I'm following. Why am I seeing a baby on my timeline more than all of y'all that I'm following? He's so cute though, and I do love his posts, and he does have some really, really cute expressions. But it actually kicked off, I think it was a couple of months ago, because DDG basically brought him on Kai Sinet's live stream, and he's basically on a live stream, and he's on a live stream basically, and Harley was upset about it. She put it online. I'm not happy with my son being on a live stream and not knowing about it. And I completely understand, because I just think it was not appropriate. Like, not everywhere you need to be taking your son. And as much as DDG is a good dad and he's showing positive traits of being a really, really good dad and spending time with his son, and I really love that for him and I want to see more of that. But I feel like sometimes you need to separate dad life from your brand. I feel like he's doing a little bit too much. Now, is he doing it because he has to do it? Because I don't know about y'all. If it wasn't for Hallie, I would never have known about DDG. So who knows what's going on over there? Apparently, they've both split up as well. A lot of breakups this year. A lot of breakups, man. Why can't we just get along? Why? Why can't we just get along? I'm starting to think that life's better being singular rather in a double. Crazy, strange. What else has happened this year? Supercell came out on Netflix. Big up, big up, big up, Ratman. One of my favourite series of this year. What I loved the most about it, it was UK actors, it was UK accents, it was giving South London, it was giving a bit of North, a bit of it. It was just giving London vibes. Like, everything was relatable, some of the characters and some of the stories. And I really did not expect this to be kind of like a Marvel sci-fi um superhero type of thing. I just wasn't expecting it. But I just thought it was amazing. Like, I don't really watch superheroes. I'm not really into that kind of thing. But it just had such a strong storyline and I was just loving it. And I would love to be in Supercell. And if I get the opportunity to audition, I will, because I'm back at drama school now. And I think what power I would have for Supercell is I'd love to know what people are thinking. Oh, imagine that. Imagine knowing what people are thinking. Imagine me sitting here next to my friend and I'm like, she's sitting there and she's thinking, I'm thirsty. And I'm just like, oh, do you want some water? Oh, you read my mind. Yeah, I did. Or what else would I like? I would like to I like the disappearing one. I'd love to be able to disappear. Like, you know, when you're having a conversation with someone and it's just really boring, it's just dragging and you just want to go. You could just go, whoop, disappeared, gone. Gone. She's here, she gone. She's here, she's gone. I really, really loved that. And I loved how everybody had their own superpower. I do have my own superpower, which is I do bring light to a room. I feel like that's such a special superpower. I'd love to know what's yours. Like, what is your superpower? If you could have a superpower, or if you do have one, what is that? Put that in the comments. I'd love to know. Ray won 6 Brit Awards, the most Brit Awards won. She won 6 out of 7. She was also nominated for a Grammy next year. She's been through a lot musically with management and trying to do the music that she wants. So to see a woman of colour really come out on top after hard work and graft and getting that recognition is just so important. And it really makes you think about, like, sometimes you got to put in 10 years to get the recognition. Unfortunately, sometimes you might have to put in 20. I saw something the other day that said something around like the people that are millionaires and billionaires, they don't get there until they're like mid 40s, early 40s. So it takes time to build things up. It takes time. Big up Ray. Love her. Absolutely loved her song with Stormzy. Call me. Wish the sometime, babe. Love that song. Absolutely love that song. What else have we got on here? P. Diddy. P. Diddy caught more cases this year than the average drug dealer. Diddy. I don't know what's gone on. I really don't know what's gone on. All I've seen is baby oil, loads of sexual offences and cases against him, and then the video that surfaced of him physically abusing Cassie. This video dropped, and at that point, I realised, bro, you've really, really fucked up. Like, you really, really, really fucked up. It wasn't just an argument, it was very much, I have control over you. Where do you think you're going? It was giving narcissism. It was giving control. It was giving, I've got power over you. It was giving, she was trying to get away and he wasn't trying to let that happen. We don't accept this on Mek Sense with Melzy. We don't rate it. We don't respect any kind of violence towards anybody. Like, keep your fucking hands to yourself. Keep them to yourself. Keep them to yourself. Who do you think you are, that you want to put your hands on someone else's child? So I'm sorry, Diddy, I don't really have any sympathy for him right now. After seeing that video, because that video clearly showed me how much of a control freak he is. So he definitely needs to go down for that case, because, you know, we've seen the footage for ourselves and gotta go down. You know, you about to lose your job. Right, so what else have we got on our list for this year? Dr. Umar Johnson, Uncle Umar Johnson, came to Birmingham for the first time in about 5 years, I believe. I actually saw him last time he came to Birmingham. I need to actually find the picture. I saw him when he came to Birmingham last time he came, and it was a really, really good conversation. Met him, took a picture. I think he was talking about some Hidden Colours books. I don't know whether you guys have watched that series. And it was really, really good, informative, good seeing people. He actually came to the Legacy Centre, and I'm really gutted that I missed him, because I really should have got him on the show. That was my opportunity to get him on Mek Sense with Melzy, and I'm absolutely gutted that I missed that one. I did not get him on, because I really think we could have sat down and chopped it up. Kendrick Lamar. So Kendrick Lamar and Drake had the biggest rap beef in decades. I think Kendrick was allegedly supposed to be rap beefing with J. Cole, but J. Cole was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Which clearly, like, you know, that's like me having to rap beef against like Nole or Lady Leisha. Why? They're battle rappers. They're battle rappers. So Kendrick and Drake did their battle rap. They put about 3 or 4 tracks amongst each other. Not Like Us, which is the track that Kendrick dropped. He dropped a video to that. It went ridiculously viral. It was crazy. It was on radios. It was just a really good, playable song that also was a lot of digs towards Drake, calling him the 69 God. Hide your sisters away from Drake. Yeah, it was mad. The song went absolutely viral. He then did an Amazon performance, which I spoke about in the episode with Mel. Go check that out. He did an Amazon performance where he played all of his tracks and he ended with Not Like Us. He did the track 5 times. He pulled it up 5 times and people in the crowd were singing it word for word. Word for word. Word for word. As soon as you heard that song, yo, song's hard. Now, most recently, to add to fuel to fire, Drake did take a massive L for this. Massive L. Kendrick came out on top. Now, what's happened now is Drake has filed some kind of case against management saying that the Not Like Us song was not as big as they were making out. Now, we saw it on social media. We heard it on radio. We heard it in the shops. Like, it was circulated around that music network. And what tends to happen is, like, radio stations, for example, will have a radio playlist. They'll get that from the radio pluggers. They'll choose what songs to have on rotation for a period of time. It could be a couple of weeks, it could be a month, it could be a couple of months, it could be a year. It really doesn't matter. They'll have certain new songs played on rotation. So Not Like Us was definitely one of those songs that was played on rotation. It was played on the radio probably at least 3 or 4 times a day. So I don't know whether Drake has got a strong case, but I feel like him putting the case in is giving Miss Kendrick called me a 69 God. I'm telling, it's giving snitching on a friend. How do you snitch on someone that rap beefed against you? How? Like, it's really bad. Like, no real rapper would push any case regarding any beef purely for reputation alone. But I think because Drake's lost a little bit of reputation due to him losing this rap battle, because you've also got to bear in mind, like, Drake has been in our faces since he's been on the scene. All day, every day, song after song after song after song, album after album after album, feature after feature after feature. He has done really well to be consistent in the music industry, and he's got such a wealth and a big catalogue of music to choose from. Now, Kendrick probably doesn't have that catalogue of music. Kendrick's a very different artist. If Kendrick's not dropping anything, you won't see him. He's spending time with the kids, with his family. He's donating money to organizations supporting his black community. He's doing other things, yeah? He's not on social media. He's not trying to talk. He's just not about that. What I do like about that is that it makes it all about the music. You're not going to hear Kendrick talking about certain things. He's putting it in his music. And by him putting it into his music, it makes you want to listen to his music even more. Talking about Kendrick Lamar, he's just recently dropped a new album, GNX, and basically he took some shots at shits and gigs. So he basically says, don't let no white comedian talk about black women. That's law. So let me just give you a bit of background. Shits and Gigs do a really, really good podcast called Shits and Gigs. And they basically went on to a podcast called Flagrant Podcast with Andrew Sklutz. He's a white comedian. And basically, Andrew was basically talking down about black women, saying that we're aggressive. You know, people might have a receding hairline because of, you know, black women complaining all the time. And all they did was laugh, 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 laugh. Now, black women get so disrespected on so many different levels. It's come to a stage where it's just like, when are black men going to step up and start defending us, supporting us, you know, being behind us? Because Us black women have never stopped supporting black men. We've never stopped supporting the black community. And when is that reciprocation going to come back this way? The fact that these two UK black podcasters went over to America, laughed on a podcast while a white comedian talked trash about black women is wild. You've got to hold yourself accountable. They did do an apology, but I don't know. It was given, I have to apologize rather than I should be apologizing before the video's out. I believe they only apologized because they got caught out. And that's a mindset thing. Like, not every black woman is aggressive. I've seen aggressive white women. I've seen aggressive Asian women. Not every black woman complains. I've seen complaining Sallys. I've seen complaining Asmas. Like, we need to start coming out of this discriminative behavior now and grouping all black women in the same way, grouping all white women in the same way, no, we're all individual and we're all different. And there's just been too many occasions where black women have been disrespected, when the world wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for black women. So put some respect on our motherfucking name. Put some respect on our name. And brothers, start standing up as strong black men and start defending us. Start backing us up. Start healing from that relationship with your mom. Because just because you don't like your mom should not be a reason why you should not be dating black women. That's not an excuse. Go and heal, bro. Mike Tyson crawled out of retirement to box Jake Paul. Now, this was a fight that happened, I think, about a month ago. It was premiered on Netflix. When have you known Netflix to put on a boxing match? When? Netflix, you're doing too much. Stay in your lane, bro. I should have known when Netflix was involved, it wasn't a proper match. Because you know, if it was one of them proper boxing matches, why didn't the boxing people pick that up? Why was it Netflix? Why was it Netflix? Why? Why Netflix? So Mike Tyson crawled out of retirement. I actually sat and watched the whole Netflix thing. It was speaking about Mike Tyson and all of his fights and his history. He then spoke about Jake Paul being a YouTuber, and he started to do boxing and it's taken a little bit seriously. And, you know, they were both going at each other and it was this whole social media frenzy. Now, I remember Mike Tyson as being one of the first boxers that I could remember back in the day. He was a grafter, like he was one of them man-dem fighters. He wasn't no dibby boxer. He was a proper boxer. Like, he bit off man's ear. I remember when that happened. He bit off a man's ear on a boxing match. He was Venom. He was Lion. He was Tigers. He was Bear in that ring. He was that guy, right? Now, you put yourself against Jake Paul, little, 20, whatever, odd-year-old Jake Paul. I've stayed up all night. Let me put my cards down. I stayed up all night to watch this boxing match. Up until all of 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Had to have a sleep in, and it takes a lot of prep. You got to have a nap in the day, have something to eat, so that you did it. Do you get what I'm saying? It takes a lot. So I'm up all night watching this match. I watch the match now. Mike Tyson's all jelly belly. The man's not even strong on his legs. He didn't even throw enough punches to even be in the ring. Like, what were you doing, Mike? Mike literally went into the ring and started dancing. Mike said, I'm coming back out of my retirement because I've got taxes to pay. Mike said, I'm coming back out of retirement to go and get my money. Mike said, I'm just here for the bants. Now, I don't know whether it's ruined his legacy because we all expected him to win. And now Jake Paul has a legacy of beating Mike Tyson. I mean, him beating Mike Tyson, which is significantly an older man, Isn't that abuse to the elderly? Anyway, can that even be classed as a win? So to me, it just felt like it was a publicity stunt. It felt like everyone was there for the money. Mike hardly threw a punch. And I was really disappointed. And I feel like I'm going to remember Mike Tyson for that match. And I'd rather remember him for his legacy, not this match. It was ridiculous. It really, really was. Even I could have fought Jake Paul better than that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that was a really, really big disappointment and shouldn't have took place this year. It really shouldn't have took place this year. So yeah, this year has been absolutely crazy in the world of entertainment, music culture, and the black community. I think it's been a very insightful year. Lots of things have been happening. I can't even keep up with what's going on online, to be honest with you, most of the time. So there's just so much going on. And that wasn't even everything that happened in 2024. So I'm actually excited to see who's getting locked up in 2025, who's getting married, who's going to be the side chick, who's jumping back into the boxing ring, who's winning Love Island. I can't wait to see what 2025 brings. One final thing that happened in 2024 is that we launched Mek Sense with Melzy. Can you believe we launched this podcast in March? Can you believe it? And we're already in season 2. It's been an absolutely amazing year. We've had some amazing guests. We've been rolling and rolling. We've been putting out episodes every single week. So 2024 has been a great year. It's been an absolutely amazing year for me anyway. I laid down a lot of foundations, I had a great year. And it's been a great year for entertainment and music. Let's go. I'm super excited to see what 2025 brings. And yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot more of me and Mek Sense with Melzy. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Mek Sense with Melzy. You know where to find us. Mek Sense with Melzy on Instagram, Melzy J on TikTok, and Melzy J on YouTube. Please subscribe, guys. We need you to subscribe so that we can really, really build this platform. Appreciate all of your support so far with 2024. I guess we're out for the year. That's the wrap. That's a wrap. I wish I had one of those clicky things. That's a wrap.